Hello, beautiful people from the internet. It is Connie over here. How are you doing today? I'm so excited that you landed on this video. You either found it by random luck of the universe, you were looking for it perhaps, or you already followed this channel and you wanted to see what I was up to next. Well, I'll tell you just now. It is the end of the day. I have a half glass of red wine and I'm going to smoke a cigarette at the end of the day to relax and to start the beginning of the end of the day, which is a concept that I really enjoy. As the sun sets, I think, oh, this is the beginning of the end of the day. The sunset is like the start of the end, I guess, which I always think is quite beautiful for some reason. I'm going to light this cigarette up. I was reading How to Make Friends and Influence People. Today I finished reading The Unbearable, Lightness of Being, and after that book, I don't know what will compare, so I'm just kind of filling my brain with this. I just want to read The Unbearable Lightness of Being again, to be honest. Anyway, let's light this up, talk about some things. Let's have a good time. I'll probably have Cigarettes After Sex playing something in the background, I don't know. I really enjoy listening to their music. It's super calming, super chill. No, they're one of my go-to bands to relax at the end of the day. Today I was reading one of my journals from when I was 13 years old, and I was starting to understand what the concept of decision fatigue was. So in that journal entry, I was asking myself, why do I, at the end of the day, when I have a sleepover at a friend's house, I always overshare, I always say things that I regret in the morning, I talk about situations that I maybe didn't really want to talk about, or I told some secrets that maybe I shouldn't have told. Why did this always happen and only happen at night if I can control myself so well during the rest of the day? At that point in time, I still didn't know what decision fatigue is, which is basically the concept that ever since you wake up, you are making little small decisions throughout the day, and when you reach the nighttime, your judgment is a little bit affected because you are tired of all of the mini decisions that you have been making throughout the whole day. Simple things like, right after I wake up, what am I going to do? Am I going to take a shower or have breakfast first? And that's probably why having a routine helps so much with productivity, because you don't have to think about all of these little things. If you have a routine, you just kind of follow mindlessly through your routine. Which allows you to reach the end of the day with hopefully a little happier, healthier brain than if you had to make all of the smallest decisions every second you are making some sort of decision, you know. Even with your thoughts, you are choosing which trains of thought you are following, you know. It's minuscule, it's insane, it's crazy. But I was reading that entry and I was like, I remember the feeling after waking up in the morning at a friend's house being like, oh, I shouldn't have told them that I like that boy or something. What if they tell them? Something like that. And I just think it's really valuable to have my journal's entries from so many years ago, because it's cool to see what I was thinking at a random Thursday night when I was 13 years old, you know. This red wine over here is very pleasant. I've been having half a cup of red wine with dinner. I'm not really having dinner right now, but I will have in a minute, and I don't think I will be finishing all of this before I get to my food, but who knows? Who knows? But I have realized that it helps my brain kind of smooth down, be a little slower in thinking, which is good, because sometimes I go to bed and my brain is like, what about this? What about that? What about that? What about this? What about this person? What did I tell them? Oh my goodness, this interaction today was really awkward. I should maybe think about it and think about solutions, or what could I have done better? All of these things that our brain does. And you know what? Some may call it self-medicating, which it is. But if it helps me calm down just a little bit, I'm happy about it. I've also been doing way more breath work and meditation work, which As my parents told me, and everyone in the world tells you, not medication, well, sometimes as well, but meditation will help greatly with your anxiety. And I was like, yeah, right, whatever. I can't do it. It's too boring. I cannot stop thinking. But meditating is not about the lack of thoughts. It's more about knowing how to observe them instead of indulging in them, you know? So it has been a process of learning how to meditate and how to calm myself down, but what else is life if not a process of learning about yourself and ways to be happier every day? I hope you're feeling well today, you that is watching this video. Maybe you haven't gotten this far, but if you are here, if you have gotten this far, I hope you've had a very great day, or at least an easy day, a day that was happy, calm, that didn't bring you too much anxiety. I know that there's a lot of things happening all the time, everywhere, that can bring a lot of anxiety, but there are also so many little things that bring me a lot of comfort, like the smell of freshly cut grass, or the smell of the dirt after it rains, or when I'm walking down the street and I smile to a stranger and they smile back at me, and I just feel like I've entered someone's life, even if it's just in a very small way, and they've entered mine as well, and I will think about it until I eventually forget about their face, which unfortunately I forget quite quick. We all do, you know. If we were to remember every little person's interaction that we've ever had and their face, we would have to have a lot of gigabytes of storage in our brain, maybe even terabytes. What is bigger than terabytes? Quadrabytes? I don't know. Listen, technology is not my thing. This is actually my first time having a cigarette with a cup of wine, glass of wine. In Portuguese we say copo de vinho, and copo would be like a cup, but it's a glass of wine. That's how you say it in English, I'm pretty sure. And I will say the combination goes kind of well together flavor-wise. There are things that I enjoy more, like something really sweet, like a caramel macchiato, very warm in the morning, or even a peach juice. I think that with my cigarettes I usually enjoy something that is sweeter, and this wine at least is more to the bitter side, but they are combining quite well together, I can't lie. It was a good day, you know. I edited, I went out for a little snack with my boyfriend. I don't know what you call the snack in between lunch and dinner. Here we call it lunch. I'll put it on the screen. It's very similar to lunch, but it's lunch, and it's not lunch and it's not dinner. It's like a snack, but we have an actual name for it. And you usually would have a lunch either in the beginning of the morning, after your breakfast and before your lunch, or after lunch and before your dinner. So we have these lunches in between meals during the day. Well, I guess they're snacks. I had a very nice croissant with chocolate and strawberries and a coffee, and it was really, really nice. Maybe having a coffee at 6 p.m. wasn't my greatest idea, but it just goes so well with that croissant, and I loved it. It was really enjoyable. In my defense, I kind of shared my coffee with my boyfriend, so it was kind of half and half, but I still drank a little bit of it, so if I have some trouble sleeping tonight, I know that it's only my fault. It is what it is. It felt nice at the time. Now I think I'm going to sit here for a little more, thinking if I'm going to read this book or maybe reread The Unbearable Lightness of Being, because if you've never read that book, I was so drawn to it from the point where I started reading. I read it in 2 days, I think. It's not a very big book. Well, I don't know what you consider a big book. It's 400 pages, but it just flew by. I was so invested in the story, and when it ended, I was kind of empty. I was like, no, I want to go back to the first page and read this all again. I certainly missed something, and I want to I don't know, just, you know, when you watch a series for the second time and you realize lots of different details that you missed out on the first time because it's just too much information, and it's almost better in the second time that you are watching it because you can notice so many new things. I really love that book. If you have never read it, I would recommend. It's very beautiful. It talks about the complication that are romantic relationships. It also involves politics. It's great. I really enjoyed that book. And next, if I don't end up sticking with this one, I'm thinking of reading The Picture of Dorian Gray, which I've heard is a lot of people's favorite book, so I'm also very excited for that one, obviously. And yeah, we will see. But for now, I hope you enjoyed spending some time here. I hope it calmed you down from whatever is troubling your mind, or if your mind was completely at peace today, I hope it made your peace even better or more enjoyable. I don't know, I hope you enjoyed sharing this little moment together. Anyway, I'm going to go for now. I'll see you very, very soon. Have a great rest of your day. That's all I wanted to say. Bye! Estou a tirar uma thumbnail. Tenho que fazer muitas caras. I think I got it.